Yes, this is better. Welcome everybody to game number 4, semi-final of the Red Cup high bracket between ACCM and Klavskis. ACCM is up 2-1, so that means that if he wins this game, he will advance to the final. And Klavskis needs to win both of the 2 next games. So we have Italians versus Burmese, and ooh, look at this, it's a deathmatch start. So we see Lumbercamp Mill coming in. What is Klavskis doing? Klavskis is already making a barracks. So he's going for the barracks. Mill. ACM first one to click up. And there we go, making the barracks as well. So both players did notice that it's a deathmatch start. We did see ACCM win the previous deathmatch game, but it was on an arena start. So maybe this time it's going to be better for Klavskis if he goes with a lot of infantry. So we did go for a lot of infantry in the previous deathmatch game, but he wasn't able to get inside of the walls from ACCM. ACCM just hold it, got an Imperial Age first, got the tech advantage, and won the game. This time it's slightly different. And I also feel that Klavskis might have the better civilization here. Italians. Well, Italians to start with a castle, so we could go for Genoese crossbows as well. I don't know who I would favor here. Let's check ACCM. Of course, you can go for Oblast, hand cannon, champions, condotieros. Kind of forgot about the condos. And of course, Genoese crossbows, which will do really well versus the Rambai. Okay, Klavskis going for full infantry. He does get champion. Yeah, archers probably not going to see from him. Elite battle elephants maybe, and elite Rambai will probably come into play as well as soon as he is the castle age. Oh, there's also a monastery in the monument in the middle, and it's making villagers. So on the Red Cup game, the monument in the middle can create random units. It depends on the game. So we've seen petards, we have seen monkey boys, we've seen villagers, legionaries, and this time it's villagers being created in the middle. Okay, like, you'd think that this would be a good engagement for Klavskis here, since he has clearly the army advantage with 22 versus 9, but the problem is he's fighting so close to the barracks from ACCM, and ACCM can just mass up his army so much sooner. There we go, ACCM also advanced to the castle age, already advanced to the castle age, and he does have man-at-arms already. Let's look. Klavskis does have more upgrades. He does have one more attack upgrade on his man-at-arms. Klavskis, in the previous game, he made multiple blacksmiths to get all the upgrades in fast. That was a good idea. But yeah, he is just keeping his army alive here. I think he really wants to keep his number up. Don't want to throw away the advantage you have. Some nice walls here coming up from ACCM. Monastery in the back. Wait, monastery? Okay, so they started with a monastery as well. Yeah, it seems like they started with a monastery as well. Kind of missed that early in the game. And ACCM just camping here. ACCM is camping here, does have the hill, so he doesn't need to engage. Probably knows he has less numbers, which is why he's playing defensively, but there's just so many men-at-arms. 40 military already from Klavskis. Still, attack upgrade, which ACCM does not have. Now is coming in forging. And Klavskis was able to get to the top of the hill. Let's see the engagement here. This will be a big fight. Let's see how it goes. It should go in favor of Klavskis because he has more army, but he's running back. He is running back. I think he should have fought there, because the KD now 13 to 11. Yeah, I think he should have fought there, in my opinion. ACM actually going for crossbows, something he did in the previous game as well. He went for archers into crossbows into arbalest, and then of course the arbalest, he was just microing them versus the infantry. Let's see here, we might see another fight. Nope. Klavskis might be playing a bit too passively, but maybe he feels like he has the better civilization for the late game with the Rambis. But of course, if ACCM is able to mass up enough archer units, those Rambis will still die pretty fast. Siege coming out from ACM, and ACM already on the way to Imperial Age. Imperial Age already coming in from ACCM. Since they started with the castle, you could click up to Imperial Age right after you hit Castle Age, and Klavskis could have already clicked up. Why is he not clicking up? Come on, Klavskis. After reaching Castle Age, you should have just gone to the TC and click up to Imp. That's something that he's not doing, and that's going to cost him really badly here. Look at the time. Still not clicking up. Klavskis. Oh no, this is so bad for him. So bad for him. He's probably focusing a lot on queuing up military, making production buildings, but not clicking up to Imp might be the thing that costs him the game here. Let's see how it goes. Fight so far not really going in his favor, since ACCM has crossbows behind. And there we go, now clicking up to Imperial Age. Look at that, almost 2 minutes difference between the uptime. Okay, we do see some Rambis trying to pick off the mangonels, but oh, look at the KD. Well, it's still decent now that the battle elephants are coming out. Battle elephants will do quite nicely versus the crossbows here, but now we have the elite, the Genoese crossbowmen, which will counter the cavalry units like the Rambis and the battle elephants. Actually, turning into quite a nice fight here for Klavskis. I didn't think it was going to go so well for him this time around, and a lot of siege dying for ACCM. The only thing Klavskis needs right now is siege of his own, so he can start taking down the production buildings from ACCM. But now with Imperial Age inside here, luckily for him, he was able to kill a lot of army. If you look here at the military count, 30 versus 72, that's really good for him. If all those crossbows stayed alive for ACCM, and he had them getting like arbalest and all the upgrades, then I think it would have been GG, but yeah, Klavskis is doing a good job there. But yeah, this is so hard, because if you can patrol in, your units will start attacking the buildings, so you need to take out the buildings as soon as possible, which is why you need siege. ACCM is actually adding in monks to convert the battle elephants, and he already got 2 conversion in, it seems like, maybe even 3 there. Arbalest and longswords. I think ACCM should stop making the longswords now and should go for condotieros instead of the champion line. Since the condotieros don't need that many upgrades, you can just spam the condos with arbalest behind. Yeah, I think Klavskis is doing really well with the elephant Rambi composition. Of course, he's still making long swords because he has all these production buildings, and he wants to keep the spam going, make sure that he has the army advantage. But yeah, like I said, the only thing he's lacking is siege. Haven't seen a single siege unit being made from Klavskis so far. And ACCM, look at the Vil count. ACCM actually added in more town centers, going to 3 town centers now, and he's already starting to focus on his economy. And look at the resources. Those were deathmatch resources, and Klavskis only has 800 gold and 200 food left. While ACCM, 10k wood, 4k food, 3k stone, and 23 to 5 villagers. So in the low bracket games, every time we saw a deathmatch, well, actually the same for the high. This is actually the first time that we see deathmatch going on for long enough that players are starting to run out of resources, and ACCM might win here again just because he is already adding an economy. All the other deathmatch games we've seen so far in this tournament always ended before players had to add an economy. And yeah, this is the turning point again. Look at this, Klavskis having to go back. And ACM, he just needs to hold. He just needs to hold for a bit longer. Hold for a few minutes until Klavskis starts running out of resources. And then he can just start pushing in and could win the game. So yeah, we'll see. Another castle coming up. We did see 3, 4, 5, 6 castles for Klavskis. So he's going heavy into these Rambis. Let's check his resources. Still has 8k woods, but no food, no gold for Klavskis. Military lead still in his favor though. But is he even making villagers? Yeah, he's making a few villagers now. Just 1 TC trying to add down a second town center right now. I think he doesn't know about the middle here. If he knew about the middle, he could be making villagers there. Oh! No, just closing the middle there. I think he just realized and put the gather point on the castle here and started making villagers, but then he just lost the monument to purple here. And yeah, look at this. Elite battle elephants, they were strong versus infantry, but now that we have Genoese crossbows here, they're going down pretty fast. And look at the military count shrinking for Klavskis down to 30 now. He doesn't have the resources to keep the production up, and he's throwing away so many units here. No meat shield for the Rambai, which means that the Rambai will soon get shredded by the Arbalest and the Genoese crossbows. I think as soon as this army goes down, Klavskis might call the GG here. Yep, there we go, GG being called. I don't know, man. It started out so good for Klavskis here the last game, but I think, yeah, he should have focused on economy a bit better, especially since he had a better civilization for the late game, maybe with the Rambis. I think he should have played a bit more defensively. If you have the better civ, play maybe a bit more defensively, add in some more economy. I would probably have masked up the Rambai and try to run around and hit ACCM in the back of his base. Look at this, ACCM 3, 4, 5 town centers, 6 town centers versus Klavskis, who was still on 2 TCs. So yeah, that was it with these games. We saw a 3-1 victory for ACCM here in the first semi-final of the Red Cup high bracket. Resource collected wasn't really that huge of a difference. But yeah, fill count 54 versus 9.